quite well. Pretty happy. I haven't tasted any of this yet, but I assume it's okay. I've kept them under cover, and that's sort of the trick to keeping lettuce going. Even when that's hot out here. So let's go over to the other part of the garden. Let's see what's going on here. I've got mustard that's going to seed, which is fine. This is the amaranth. They're doing okay. This is where I planted the okra, but last year I had beans in here, and as you can see, I've got some bean plants coming up, and that's just fine. I don't think there's any okra coming up yet. There was one plant down here, this guy, that might be an okra. He looks like he's in the right place. So we'll see how that goes. Here's the melon, the Iroquois melon, and they're starting to go. They're still sort of in a state of shock, but they're starting to go. So that's all right. Here's more of the same lettuce. This is part of my always wanting to experiment thing. These guys are uncovered, seeing how they behave uncovered. This dent corn, heirloom corn, doing relatively well, I suppose. I don't know. My thought is that they're supposed to be taller, but well, we'll just see what happens. Radishes are all going to seed, which is really cool. Boy, this is going long again, so it's going to have to be in two parts. These beans, which are doing extremely well, I believe I've identified. They are lima beans, and my gosh, are they prolific. Look under here. Look at all those. Look at all of them. Just incredible. And that's pretty much what I've got all the way around. You can sort of see in there. It's just absolutely prolific. I mean, here's one plant. Oh, I gotta kind of back up here. Here's one plant. Here's another, just one whole plant here. And it's just prolific. Just amazingly prolific. Red onions are doing well. In fact, here, I'm gonna pull this one just to kind of show you what's going on here with these. So those are looking really good. I've been pulling a few of these, mainly because they've been kind of popping up to the surface, and that kind of tells me that they want to jump out. Peas, this one patch of peas here are still performing quite well, and I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not. Let me see if I can. Probably not. Here, let me put the camera down just for a second and stare at the weeds. I'll open this up. You can see the peas inside. There we go. So those guys are looking really good, and they are delicious. Absolutely delish. I'll bring that back into the house later. The only other exciting thing out here is that the strawberries are really getting their runners going. You can see this guy here. Here's the mother plant, and here's the runner, and here's the daughter plant, and I don't see any roots on him yet. But what I'm trying to do here is keep all the strawberry plants in this row as opposed to, you know, branching out into the footpaths and whatnot. But you can see it's just kind of incredible how many runners. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runners right there. 6, 7. Here's another one. I mean, they're just popping up everywhere. So I've got to sort of decide what I'm going to do with all the runners, how many runners per plant I want, because I've got 50 some plants, parent plants, and I've got to decide how many daughter plants I want, and that's going to kind of be how many runners per plant I let go. As I said, I let a couple of these guys go to flower, and indeed we're seeing the first few strawberries. These guys are pretty small, but this is a small plant, and I sort of attribute that to the fact that it's right next to this lettuce. So, you know, there's some competition there. But you know, this is part of the experiment. You let a few do one thing, and you let a few do another thing, and you monitor and note and observe. And that's what this is all about. This is about observing. This isn't about making things do what you want. It's about seeing what things do and learning to deal with the basic nature of living things. So that's what this is all about. I've pretty much decided that this big plant here, which I don't know if you can see very well, I'm pretty sure that this is alfalfa. So I've got alfalfa seeds. I didn't think I put any out here, but I'm pretty sure this is like one plant. Just one plant. So I'm impressed, to say the least. And they're actually beginning to produce what look like seeds. The seeds on alfalfa are really small. More onions. These are the white onions over here. Peas are looking pretty tired. Here's a really good example of a strawberry mother plant and following a daughter plant, and this daughter plant's in a perfect location, so I'm leaving it be, and I've actually pulled this up a little bit to see if it's beginning to root, and it is. There are little white roots shooting down into the ground. So, okay, well, as usual, this went way too long, and it's going to be in 2 parts. But that's the vegetable garden update for the 8th of June 2007. So until next time, I bid you peace.